Hey everyone. Alright, so I want to get something off my chest for today's video. Something that I've faced over the years. I was in training. I don't even know how many years ago that's been. At least 7 or 8 years ago. One of the trainings that we had was kind of finding oneself and looking at how we handle things and what type of personality we are, all that kind of stuff. One of the things that they brought up for me as a negative was I didn't really promote myself, and I didn't bring up wins and different things to let folks know what I've done, which is true. I'm kind of a behind the scenes kind of person. Always have been, probably always will be. I believe in actions and not words. But over the years, I've noticed that folks don't really read and pay attention to actions. They listen to what folks say to them. So a lot of the folks that are out there that are more talk than action might get further because of that. But I'm a data person. I like to see numbers. So I believe that a business should be looking at performance, and that's where data, key performance indicators, reports come into play, because you're seeing what's actually going on, right? You're not looking, or I should say, you're not listening to what someone may be saying is happening. You're actually seeing concrete data to support it. So you know what's going on. You know who's doing what. But one thing that I've noticed, especially in the corporate world, that is prevalent is egos, vanity, arrogance. And I'm all about the team, the company. I don't really care who gets credit for things. The folks that do the work, do the project, whatever it is, should get credit. If you have a document that lays out who did a process improvement project for your company, those individuals should be annotated within. I've always been about giving recognition to folks who do an outstanding job. But when it gets to the point where some folks are always about me, it becomes a negative, in my opinion. And it's something that brings down an organization. It brings down a team, because it's no longer about the team, it's about the individual. So, going back to all those years ago when I was in that training and they said I don't self-promote myself, I always grew up not having that mindset, because I always thought it was a negative to be vain and arrogant and stuff like that. So it's kind of like it's a fine line between promoting yourself in a positive manner to let folks know what you did, and letting it go to your head, and getting a big head at work, having an arrogant attitude, egotistical, which most folks don't really want to be around. And it brings down the team, the company. So even though it's prevalent and it's in many companies across the world, it's something we should be looking at to try to remove from the workplace. You want the best folks around you at work. You want team players. You want those that will work together to help each other, and in the end, of course, do what is needed for the customer or the client. And you should have that team approach and mentality. When it becomes me for a person, you lose that team effort, that teamwork, and you lose people's interest, because they feel like their part's no longer considered, appreciated, and you lose a lot of potential. So, I just want to bring that up for this video because it's just something that's ongoing. I've noticed over the years, and it's a problem, and it's oftentimes not addressed. Oftentimes the business will say, "Hey, you're producing, XYZ for me. I don't care how you act." But that's not really the right way. But it's also important for a business to have ways of tracking what people are doing and not just taking their word for it. Because that's another thing I see a lot of is talk, but no action. So it's important to have that data to support what's going on in the workplace, right? And oftentimes that may be related to performance reviews that people might have every year as well, depending on what your company is, what your business is. All right, so just wanted to throw that out there for my rant for the day because I see it continuing to be a problem out there with companies and teams, and I just wanted to see what folks out there thought. All right, take it easy.